Hey guys, Party Waffles X here, again with another guide for you guys. The Unholy guide went pretty well, so I figured I'll do a guide for Frost for you. So, first thing we're going to talk about here is the changes to Frost, and then I'm going to show you what build to play, and then I'm going to explain how to play Frost. So, let's start out with the changes. I actually missed a couple of these in the other guide, so some of these abilities you'll see are for both specs. So, one of the changes here is that you have a pet as Unholy, or sorry, you have a pet as Frost now, right? So the pet is kind of a pain in the ass though, because the one thing about the pet is that you can't control it, right? So I'll summon it now. See, you can't control the pet, and the downside to the pet is that the pet will just randomly stun things without you doing anything. So it could potentially mess up DRs, and ruin your goes and everything like that in arena, which is really shitty and unfortunate, but it is what it is. Next thing new is Lichborn. So it used to be a talent to make your IBF 60 seconds, but instead it's just baseline now. It's a fear removal, sleep, charm, everything like that, making you immune as well. It also increases your leech. But the big thing about this is that when you use Lichborn, you can Death Coil heal yourself, alright? So if you can't connect anything or can't heal with Death Strike, you can always Lichborn heal. There's one other thing about that too, but I'll tell you later. The next thing here, let's look at the talents here, okay? We'll see what's new. Same as Unholy, right? This is new, okay? So Anti-Magic Zone is baseline 20%. If you talent it, 80%. Very broken. So in the talents here, we'll see what's new. Not a whole lot's new here, except Hypothermic Presence is new. So it breaks the ice in your veins, reducing the runic power cost of your abilities by 35% for 8 seconds, and it's off the GCD, which means you can use it while you're pressing another button at the same time. It's more of a defensive ability. It kind of goes, well, I'll tell you how to do it later in the tell you how to play part. But yeah, so that's a new ability, and then other than that, Obliteration is a passive. When you Frost Strike or Howling Blast, it makes you get a Killing Machine proc all the time. Killing Machine is an Obliterate crit that doesn't take runes. So yeah, that's pretty much that. There's not a whole lot of big changes there or anything like that. The biggest change is the fact that you're two-hander now. So big obliterates, big damn obliterates. Okay, so what's the next thing we're going to talk about here? Talents and changes. We did that. Okay, our build. So this is the build that I'm playing, okay? I'll show you it right now. So I'm playing the two-hand obliterate unholy build. This is the only build that I've played so far as Frost, okay? So this is the one I'm going to teach you guys. So I'm playing Inexorable Assault, so that it's pretty self-explanatory. It makes your obliterates hit harder. It just stacks up. Auto attacks, or sorry, runic attenuation. Your auto attacks give you 5 runic power, or have a chance to generate 5 runic power. And murderous efficiency. Consuming Killing Machine has a 50% chance to grant you 1 rune. So you could use murderous efficiency. So when you're bursting with your obliteration, every single obliterate is a Killing Machine proc already. So if you consume them, you have a 50% chance to get a rune back. So murderous efficiency could be alright, but I'm playing runic attenuation because more death strikes, more frost strikes, more survivability. Overall, it's just pretty good and consistent. The next line depends what you're fighting. If you're in arena, right, or something. I usually play Blinding Sleet almost always because Blinding Sleet, it can be an interrupt. It can be like, it can set up for your chill streaks. It can, it's just like, just overall a really versatile and really good ability. And it's also instant too. Asphyxiate's good too. Death Rage, you never use that. This row right here, I've been using Avalanche for this because it seems like you get a lot of Rhyme procs. Casting Howling Blast with Rhyme makes icicles fall on the target, and you seem to get a lot of Rhyme procs. Rhyme procs is this right here. So this is what Rhyme does. It Obliterate has a 45% chance to cause your next Howling Blast to consume no runes. So it's a free Howling Blast, and it does more damage. So on top of the Howling Blast already hitting hard, the Avalanche will fall on top of them and hit hard too. I don't think Frozen Pulse, I don't know. I just don't think Frozen Pulse is that great with this, with two-handers, because it goes off your auto attacks, right? And like, you're not auto attacking very often. I think it's much better with dual wield. So I would say Avalanche for two-handers. At the moment, at least. This row, if you're fighting just a lot of... honestly, I don't even think Permafrost is that great. With two-hand, I don't think Permafrost is worth using. But yeah, probably between Deathpack and Wraithwalk, whichever you want to use here. And then for this row, Gathering Storm is for damage. So Gathering Storm, if you have this trait, I'm in my unholy traits. Where's the trait? It's called right here. Frozen Tempest. If you have the Frozen Tempest trait and Gathering Storm, it makes your Remorseless Winter even good in single target situations. So that if you have that trait, I would use that. If you don't, you could use Hypothermic Presence. But the thing about Hypothermic Presence is you can use it with your Lichborn, right? Your Lichborn heal, and you can use it and just spam Death Coils into yourself for really cheap. You can either do that, like you want to pair it with the defensive basically for the most part. So you can either use it with that, or you can use it with Transfusion with Death Strikes and just a lot of healing. Like you can just spam Death Strikes or spam Death Coils on yourself, whichever you have to do, right? So there's that. I prefer the offensive one at the moment. And the final row, Obliteration. So I'll show you how to burst properly with this. So Obliteration. Okay, so that now that you know the build, this is how you play. Okay. So Howling Blast. You only want to press Howling Blast if there's no dot on the target already, like if you don't have your Frost Fever up, or if you have a Rime proc. See, like that? If you have a Rime proc, then you want to press it. Okay? So this is how I usually open though. You open with Remorseless Winter, Howling Blast if they don't already have the dot, Obliterate. If you're Runic Power, make sure if you have about 70 Runic Power, make sure you Frost Strike. You don't really want to get Runic Power capped. You want to Frost Strike before then. And then only Obliterate, or sorry, only Howling Blast with the Rime procs, right? But that's your normal rotation, okay? And if you're just going for damage, you want to just pop your Raised Dead on cooldown, essentially. Okay, let's see, what else do you guys want to know here? That's just your normal rotation right there. So, you know, if you want to use your Hypothermic Presence, I'll show you guys how to do this, okay? So let's see. I already have it on my bars. Okay, so say I want to heal myself, okay? So get Runic Power. I'm scared. Something's bursting me. Oh no, I'm scared. I'm using Hypothermic Presence too, okay? So you want to pop Hypothermic Presence. So pop Presence, and then spam Death Coils on yourself. Death Coils, Death Coils. See, I got 2 Death Coils. I can probably get another one. Death Coil. Maybe I can get another one. Death Coil. So you can get like 4 or 5 Death Coil heals on yourself if you play Hypothermic Presence with your Lichborn. So that's a really good defensive play that you can use. And the last thing I'm going to show you here is how to burst. Okay, this is how you want to burst, alright? So, how I like to do it, well, it all depends, okay? This is how you would want to burst single target. So if you're bursting a single target, you go in there. You don't have any Runic Power yet, that's fine. We're just going to Remorseless Winter, Howling Blast, or sorry, Remorseless Winter, Obliterate, and then we're going to use Empowered Brew Weapon and Pillar. We're going to put a Howling Blast on because we don't have one, but yeah. So this is how you burst with your Pillar, okay? Frost Strike, Obliterate. Frost Strike, Obliterate. Howling Blast, Obliterate. Frost Strike, Obliterate. Because so that all you want to do is just cycle. If you have a Rime proc, you can hit that too. So all that you're trying to do is just get the most out of your Obliteration, right? So because you'll get a Killing Machines proc from a Frost Strike or a Howling Blast. So if you go Frost Strike, Killing Machine proc, Howling Blast, sorry. Frost Strike, you'll get a Killing Machine proc for a free Obliterate crit. You use that, and then if you get a Rime proc, you can use that, and then you'll Obliterate again. But all you want to do is just cycle between Howling Blast and Frost Strike, okay? Because they're just going to keep giving you Obliterate crits over and over. So I'll show you one more time. But yeah, I'll show you real quick. But yeah, just make sure you have your dot up first. Like if you don't have your dot up, you can open with Remorseless Winter and then your dot. So it would be like this, okay? So he has no dots here. I have my Pillar of Frost up. So this is how you're gonna burst, okay? Oh, one other thing too, I forgot to tell you. Frostworm's Fury, it used to be a talent, it's baseline now. It's a big dragon that you shoot. But you can just throw that in with your burst. Okay, I'll show you how. So you're gonna go Remorseless Winter, Howling Blast, Pillar of Frost, and then you're gonna go Frost Strike, Obliterate, Rhyme Procs, you're gonna Rhyme, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate. Basically, you just Frost Strike and Obliterate unless you get a Howling Blast proc, then you Howling Blast and then Obliterate, okay? And then when you still have your Pillar active though, and you built up your Pillar because your Pillar of Frost, every rune you spend increases 1%. So near the end of your Pillar of Frost, you're going to just shoot your Cindergosa. Shoot your dragon, okay? So that's how you do it. So you go in, Remorseless, Howling Blast, Pillar, blah blah blah, thing, Frost Strike, Howling, Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate. Yeah, that's all there is to it. And one other thing, I'll show you one other way to burst, okay? That's your single target. So yeah. Like, you just gotta understand how the obliteration works. Like, every Frost Strike you use while you have Pillar will make your Obliterate crit. Every Howling Blast while you have Pillar up will make your Obliterate crit. So you want to just alternate between the two, essentially. So Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate. Or Frost Strike, Obliterate, and then you get a Howling Blast proc, so you use the Howling Blast, Obliterate, and then you go back, Frost Strike, Obliterate, etc. And then just make sure you throw your Cindergosa when you have everything stacked up really high. But the other way that you burst is AoE. So let me see, I'll go near these targets that are together. So this is how, say these guys are close enough for a chill streak. They might not be, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm playing threes right now. Say I'm with a Windwalker, right? So I grip the DPS over. I grip them over. I blind both of them. They're right there. My DPS is gonna come over and stun them for me. Okay. So he's gonna stun them. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to, as soon as they're stunned, right, you're gonna go Chill Streak, Pillar of Frost. While the Chill Streak is in the air, you're gonna Pillar of Frost because Pillar of Frost is off GCD now. So yeah, that's all there is to it. So you're gonna Pillar of Frost, Chill Streak, Remorseless, Rhyme proc, and you're just gonna spam Obliterate. Spam Obliterates as much as you can. Frost Strike, Obliterate. Frost Strike, Obliterate. But yeah, that's how you burst AoE. So if you want to burst AoE, grip, blind, stun off, Chill Streak, Pillar of Frost, Frostworm's Fury. Basically the same global. And they're instantly just going to be 50% HP. And then you're just going to keep spamming Frost Strike, Obliterate for the Obliterate crits. Make sure you have your Remorseless Winter up though too. But yeah, that's basically it. Basically it. So just remember, chat, okay? Just remember, this is your burst. Remorseless Winter, Howling Blast, Pillar of Frost. If you have Empowered Rune Weapon, use that too. Pillar of Frost, Empowered Rune Weapon, Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate. If you get a Rhyme proc, Howling Blast, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate. Okay, there you go. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's actually like pretty simple. It's like 3 buttons basically aside from your burst. Death Coil, we got that too, but it sucks. You never really use Death Coil ever. Only use Death Coil to heal yourself with Lichborn. But yeah, that's basically all there's to it. I don't know how this guide took longer than the Unholy guide, but it is what it is. I just wanted to be really thorough and make you guys understand it. But yeah. Yeah. One last thing actually that I just remembered. Let's see the traits. So for traits, at the moment, you just want Frostbolt, Indignation, and Icy Citadel. Those are the main ones you want. Other than that, it is what it is. And of course, the rune you're going to use still is Rune of the Fallen Crusader. And yeah, so when Shadowlands comes out, I will make an in-depth guide, like multi-part guide about either Frost or Unholy, or probably both. But until then, this should tide you guys over until then. Because this is the PvP guild. If you need to know Unholy, just check the guide I did before. But yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you want to catch me on twitch.tv/partywafflesx, I'll be streaming every day. Later today, probably when you see this guide, I'll be streaming. What else? Follow me, subscribe on the YouTube. All my social media links are down below. Yeah, if you need to know anything, just feel free to hit me up on the stream or wherever. Alright, peace.